Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the review. This time is of the Mezco 112, Michael Myers from the movie Halloween, or should I say the movie series Halloween? Who knows? I think they're rebooting it now, or they're continuing it. Whichever one it is, the point is we have a Michael Myers from Mezco now. Anyway, let's get started. Uh, Honestly, I know this looks like a plain Jane Michael Myers, but that's just what it is. And it looks really good. I like it. It's one of those things where, although he's suffering from flat butt syndrome, he makes up for it in a lot of other ways and accessories, and I think that's really, really cool. Now, one of the things that's really cool about Michael Myers is the fact that it's pretty simple and pretty to the point. It's a guy in some overall jumpsuit with a knife, right? So we can agree to that. They've pretty much nailed that in terms of what he looks like. I know everybody's gone out making those jokes about Mariah Carey and not unseeing it. So if you can't unsee it, we already know what you're gonna say. But the sculpt is pretty. It's on point. I like it a lot. I know a lot of people will collect the NECA stuff, so you have something to compare to. I do not, but I will say this: I like this Michael Myers. As far as articulation goes, it's sort of a mix between the Doctor Strange and Joker body, and it's I guess that's the easiest way I can explain it in Mezco terms. So the articulation is there. You have the basic stuff, but it's nothing too crazy. The arms can lift up. There is no butterfly joint. So the arms lift up pretty normally. They have single jointed arms like the Joker and Doctor Strange. So this is about as far as you get. You know, the arms rotate back down. And obviously, you can rotate the arms up and you can rotate them back. It's not too much of a crazy issue or concept with this. It's pretty straightforward and to the point. As far as legs go, if he didn't have on overalls, he obviously can do a split. I'm gonna say he can because he actually has pretty decent leg articulation. So it goes pretty far forward. The legs are double jointed too, as well. And for some reason, Michael Myers probably has the craziest, best ankle pivot out of any Mezco, where it can rotate really far forward, and it swivels left and right, and it rotates up here at the top where the boot is. I don't know why, but he has some of the best ankle articulation for a Mezco, and he also has thigh swivel, so you can actually get a nice range. As far as ab crunch goes, it can go not pretty far forward, but it can go forward enough to hunch over. It can go backwards. And as far as the head goes, the neck is all one long piece, like as if it were the Joker. So you can rotate it left, rotate it right, swing around, do-si-do. You can pop it off, and you can see it's a long neck joint. So if you want to replace it with a Joker head and some Joker hands, you might be onto something there. So you might be able to get a endgame Joker out of it. You know what I mean? So here we go with that. That sculpt is actually very nice. And that rounds up just the articulation and look for me. I know, like I said, it's basic overalls, but for some reason the body just works really well for me here. It's not too pudgy, not too thin, and it's tall enough for me with the figures that I collect that it works out well for me. Now, as far as accessories goes, one of the coolest things was you get the polystone grave of Judith Myers, which is really dope. I like this a lot. And it's there. It has the weight. It's really nice. It's a pretty much it's a nice accessory to have that they just wanted to add a little bit of extra oomph to, and that's pretty dope. Next up, we're gonna talk about the jack-o'-lantern, which it's one of my favorite accessories. I took it off a little bit off the top. I want to start that off right away, and the reason why is because electronically, you can actually cut the light on for this. And what I'm gonna do is turn this off so you guys can see, and it flickers like a real jack-o'-lantern would if you had a little candle in it. So I think that's really, really dope. It's one of those things that, like I said, adding that extra oomph to it, going the extra way is really nice. And I appreciate that. Let me cut that off. It actually does come with batteries. My wife stole the batteries out of the packaging and used it for something else, so I had to wait to get these back to review it. But I do like the Michael Myers a lot. I don't remember which way this goes on. Let me see if I remember. Oh, there it is. But yeah. We're going to move you over to the side. Next, we're going to talk about the accessories of hands. Now, Michael Myers actually, mine's come with the dirty oil working hands that came with a guy who works with his hands. I don't know if you guys can see that. So if you know people that work with their hands, no matter how many times they clean it, sometimes it just doesn't come off right away. And I like that they added that little extra detail to it. So these are the more action hands. Here are the relaxed hands that he comes with. And then next up, you have hands for holding the knives. One left, one right. You'll also get 2 knives, one before he stabs you and one for after he stabs you. As you can see here, there's blood splatter along this one. It's really nice. Really well done. And they're not sharp at all, so you don't have to worry about hurting yourself. They didn't go the extra mile there, which I'm very happy with. Some people may end up hurting themselves. The next and last accessory that I want to talk about is the interchangeable head. And that is the head that comes with the spooky ghost costume gown. So what you're going to do is you're going to open it up, find a piece that it rests on, and sit the head on there. At first, it's a little difficult to get on because you have to find and match the point. And if you miss it, it won't sit and rest on it properly. But yeah. If you want to do the true Michael Myers, definitely you'll get a kick out of this one with this costume. I know it's pretty plain, but it's one of those things where just kind of adding this definitely adds the extra look. We actually took the time to do this. And Mezco is more known for horror than anything else, so I think that they knew what they were doing here with this one. I really do like this. And you can see the arms and hands can lift up through the sheet, so you can see it slightly. It definitely adds the image to it. And it's hard for me because I'm not a big horror guy, but I remember Halloween, and I do remember this costume, so it's definitely I won't say costume, but I remember this part of the movie. So this is really nice to have. Even the glasses have actual eyes you can see through. So it's not like it's a BS piece of art prop. You know what I mean? Now, real quick, we're going to get into the height comparisons to compare Michael Myers with other figure lines. Let's stand him straight up. Make him look all nice and dandy for the people. First up, who's happened to be right next to me, here's an articulated Icons Ninja. And as you can see, he is significantly taller than the articulated Icons Ninja, but I think it kind of scales well with the intimidation of Halloween and things like that. I think it works out just fine. Here he is next to a Marvel Legends. And again, I think the scale works out just fine. Michael Myers always seems like an intimidating big guy, so it's really cool to see him scale over even the bigger scales. Here he is next to a synthetic human, who they should probably fear each other in some sort of crazy robot horror war. So as you can see, the scale-wise with them. Next up, we have Kamen Rider Amazon and SHF, so you can see size-wise. Last but not least, we're going to compare him to a Mezco figure. So here he is next to another Mezco figure. And even next to Punisher, he's still significantly bigger, and they're right next to each other. So he has some sort of height over him. Even shoulder and head-wise, he has height over him. So that says a lot right there. Well, that wraps up this review. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you found it informative. I hope you enjoy other reviewers lately. Everybody's actually just kind of putting in their best work lately. So I appreciate you guys putting the effort out there. In the meantime, guys, hope you enjoyed. I hope you found it informative. And most of all, I hope you do good, be good, drink your water. Later.